Welcome to the Leroy Ryals Show here on GITV, live from Clarke Central High School. I'm here with head football coach, Coach Leroy Ryals, and I'm your host, Chuck Wegman. We thank you for joining us today. And, Coach, it was always a good win when you beat your crosstown rival for the city championship. Once again, the Classic City Championship won by the Clarke Central High School Gladiators. That makes 5 in a row. Really few scares. I mean, Cedar, you knew they were not going to lay down just because it was the end of the year, but awesome ball game on both sides.
It was a very good football game, and I was so proud of the way both teams competed, especially Cedar Shoals, where they had everything going against them. And those kids came out, they competed very well throughout the whole ball game for 48 minutes. And so my hat goes off to Coach Davis and his staff and those kids. They showed a lot of character and a lot of will.
Well, that ends the season, regular season for the Gladiators. And Coach, you finished 5-3 in the region. Of course, the 2 losses at the beginning of the year to finish 5-5. But as young as this group was, even coming into the season, I know Buster and I were talking early that 7-3 was going to be a great year for this group.
Well, and not only that, we were about 2 plays, maybe 4 plays away from being, instead of 5-3, maybe 7-1. Considering we're young and we had a lot of season-ending injuries to young men that kept them from playing. We're in the dance, and that's the bottom line. So we found a way to get in the playoffs for the 7th straight year.
That's correct.
So, and that's something to be applauded for.
No doubt about it. Of course, this is your worst regular season record at 5-5. I think before that it was 6-4. But all in all, going 5-3 in the region, you got to be happy that you can get this young team into the playoffs and try to get some seasoning, I guess.
Exactly, because we got a lot of young guys, freshman Anthony Smith, a lot of young sophomores, that now they've played so much, they're almost playing like sophomores now. So hopefully this playoff season will be more like their sophomore year, and then whatever happens in the playoffs, we'll just carry on and carry them into the spring and into next year's juniors.
And of course, once you get into this second season, you never know what's going to happen.
You never know. Everybody's 0-0. And it's 32 teams in Class 5A, and we're all 0-0, so we're just going to take our chances.
So before we get to the highlights here, the playoffs start this week. Of course, the Gladiators travel to Dallas, Georgia to take on East Paulding. And the other teams in our region, of course, Rome is at Gainesville, who finished number 2 in the region.
No, Gainesville actually, I'm sorry, number 2, you're right.
And North Paulding is at Flowery Branch, who finished the region champs this year, and Heritage is traveling to Alatoona. So
Absolutely.
Some tough matchups for everybody.
I think so, because this region, like I said, like I think Buster said last week, it's kind of like the SEC. Man, we got some teams in this region that can play, and so do they. So we'll see what happens.
Well, Coach, looking back at Friday night, traveling over to the east side of town to take on Cedar Shoals at the Jungle. It was a chilly night, and good outing by everybody. Special teams had some good plays. A couple plays that I think you wish you had back, but all in all, the special teams had a good night.
Well, we want to be aggressive on special teams like we do every year against them, because we think that, first of all, they've gotten a lot better on special teams than they used to be. But we still want to continue to be aggressive every week on special teams, and we try to fake punt. We probably see it here in the highlights, and we tried to go after a block kick, and we had a penalty on that. So,
right.
So we had the fake punt we didn't get, the block kick we had a penalty on. So, when you be aggressive like that, sometimes you're going to win, sometimes you're going to lose. But I think we're going to keep the hammer down and be aggressive.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at those first half highlights. Once again, last Friday night, Clarke Central, Cedar Shoals, the Classic City Championship for 2012 at Waters Wilkins Stadium on the east side of town. And, of course, Cedar came out in the all-blue.
Well, as you can see, they still have some good-looking youngins out there at the coin toss. I don't care how many they lost, they still look pretty healthy out there.
No doubt about it. I mean, size-wise, Buster and I were talking before the broadcast of the game. They definitely have the size, and they definitely have the look.
Yeah, they sure do. And they came out the opening kick right here, did a great job, and we didn't do a very good job on special teams right here. As they kicked the ball for Drico Stadium, and we didn't block a soul, and that kind of set the tone, and they were fired up and ready to go.
They were fired up, and of course, came out on defense first and held the Gladiators to 3 and out.
It sure did. But that was the first. This is the first play of the game right here. We throw a little flash into Amir Williams, and I thought he had a good night. I thought Cameron had a real good night throwing himself. But like you say, after this, we're 3 and out, and they did a good job of stopping us. Jelani Payne there on a little fullback, half tailback trap there.
Jelani ran hard all night.
He sure did.
Just absolutely showed his 4 years of training here at Clarke Central really stood out.
He did, and he did a good job of being real tough and getting the physical yards. And I think he had 110 yards of runs called back. Yeah. So that was disappointing, but that just showed you how tough he was that night.
Big offensive line.
Big offensive line. I tell you what, that's Holman Jordan's boy playing quarterback for him over there. Darius Jordan. That kid had a great night. He was tough, very resilient. He threw some very good balls on Friday night.
Well, it was a very physical ball game.
Yeah, and speaking of physical, this kid right here was the tight end H-back all year long, has never played tailback. They threw him at tailback and kind of shocked us a little bit. Now, he got downhill in a hurry.
Well, and Buster and I also were talking during the game. I mean, he picked up all his yardage in that first quarter and halfway through the second quarter before, we made our adjustments and slowed him down.
Yeah, like I say, it was a surprise for us. We had to kind of get adjusted to it. But I think, that wear and tear and not being used to playing tailback was tough on him. Here's I think Chris Middlebrooks here made another great catch on us in the middle of the field. I think that was a big third down play right there as well. So, those guys came out and played well. And here's a tailback. I don't know what the boy's name was, but I was shocked. And they kind of scored. They strike first.
Whitehead was the name.
Whitehead, that's his name.
I had to say it so many times. But, yeah, and he was dragging 2 people into the end zone. And they execute the extra point. And, of course, up 7-0. But once again, the short kick. We do a good job of fielding it and picking up 10 yards on the return.
So we got good field position here. And I was really proud of our offense, the way they came right back here. We go, I think, 4 plays and out the series before. And Cameron comes right back here and throws a nice ball here to Jamonte Smith for first down.
And Jamonte had a big game for
He
him.
sure did. He had some reception yards to call back, too. So, old skinny Jamonte Smith, he's consistent. Here's my man right here, old Denzel Maxey. He's a tough cookie, boy. He runs the ball for us, plays tight end, plays up back. Whatever he has to do, he'll do.
I don't know how many yards he ended up with, but he had a good night also.
He does a great job. He does a great job for our offense there. And here we are. Here he is again carrying that ball down towards in the red zone here on the inside trap. I guess that's a great kid. We call him the governor because we think he's going to be in politics one day now. And I'm definitely going to vote for him. So
there you go.
You can bet that. And here's again a little nice flashing by Cameron, hitting Denzel Maxey in the flats there for a touchdown. So the nice play action, a nice job by Denzel.
Excellent rollout there on Cameron's part. Good strike there. Of course, offensive line doing a real good job right here at the first quarter.
I tell you what, our offensive line blocked the best, I thought, throughout the whole year, especially with pass protection, because they dialed it up now. They blitzed us pretty good, and they brought the heat, and they did a great job on pass pro.
Extra point is good, and we're all tied at 7. They fumble, and we're able to get down covered, unable to pick it up. They get back on top of it, but got them at the 20-yard line.
Got the 20-yard line, and you try to make them drive it, and then get that ball to Whitehead again. Look at that, man. I tell you what now. He's a toughie. That was a 12-yard run, and he just ran over. They didn't even block our Will linebacker. They just said, okay, you run him over, and we'll block the rest of them.
Yeah, the first quarter, they really took advantage of the unknown, I guess.
Yeah,
big run right here.
Big run again, and he ran over a couple of guys and just kept going now. Tough, big tough. He's about 250 pounds.
When Buster and I were doing the game, we kind of acknowledged that that we needed to get our defensive line to scrape down and at least didn't have to make the tackle, but had to put a shoulder pad or something slow him down to allow those linebackers to come in.
Well, the big thing was we was able to force him to go outside, spill everything outside to our speed.
Mm-hmm.
And because once he got going downhill, you can't stop him. But once he got going what we call east and west and got his shoulder turned towards the sideline, we were able to tackle him pretty well.
But when we could get Stovall, Miller, or Buggs, somebody to give a little resistance in there, linebackers were able to come in and make the hit. But
right.
All in all, first quarter, they hold us. We get the first down, and then they hold us 3 and out, and they drive down the field and score with the big tailback. I know. We did up top. We said, they come play, and we knew they were going to. So.
Absolutely.
Well, that was the first half highlights or first quarter highlights by Athens Chevrolet, brought to you by Athens Chevrolet. So, Coach, let's get into the second quarter here, and of course, the second quarter brought to you by Bulldog Signs today.
Well, yeah, here on the Jordan Kittle, nice little rollout here, bootleg, and Drico Stadium on a big old hit there on the tight end. Big hit, but they're driving. Our defense, they got to stiffen up right here. And here we are again, another hit on the quarterback. Actually, this is not the one. He scrambled down to about the 20-yard line, but I think it's a little short of first down. So we
got a good mark on that one.
I think we did too. But I'll take it now. Don't get me wrong. We'll take that, and we'll get the ball turned over on offense. And Cameron Johnson back to work again. Hitting over Jamonte Smith across the middle.
Wide open.
Did a good job. Amir Williams clears them out, and Jamonte catches the ball for first down.
Yeah, the Gladiators, as you said earlier, had 3 touchdowns called back in this ball game.
We sure did, and we had to dress that a little bit because we can't do those type of things. Here's another run by Jelani Payne, keeping his feet moving, getting up the field. Just real tough yardage. He ran real hard, I thought.
Yeah, he had a Buster and I both were commenting how remarkable his night was. He really stood up.
Here's Cameron. I thought Cameron did a good job running quarterback runs here and kept the ball himself, reading it on the zone read right there.
He made the right reads. He had a much better night. I will agree.
He had everything was much better. And here we tried a little play action pass here. It don't come, but Cameron does a great job of making it happen. And Amir right here he's got the quickest feet now. I mean, I'm telling you, from my point of view, I can't believe he got in the end zone just then.
We both were amazed in the booth that he didn't step out of bounds.
I couldn't believe it, but we get a touchdown. Now we're up 14-7 with the extra point. So we got a ball game, but I like the way we hung in there and came back.
And the season that Cedar has had, Buster and I both thought that if we could get up on them early, that they might fold up a little bit, but to no avail. Cedar came out to play all night.
They sure did. They played a tough half, and here they're on the zone read, and they pull the ball here and get the guy on the pitch, get outside for about 8 to 9 yards. So that was a good play call on their part.
Yeah, there was a couple times the defense had them pinned, and they were able to spring loose.
Yeah, here it is again on the zone read. They get to the pitch, and we missed a tackle there. They still got about 3 or 4 yards, but we could have got the ball tackled a little further in the backfield if we'd tackled the guy.
Yeah, and they were lucky. He was lucky to get that pitch out of there too.
Yep. Like I said, it took us a little time to kind of figure out what was going on, but once we did, I think we were fine. And here's again that big load of Whitehead and just dragging guys. And,
just absolutely.
He's a big boy.
He was having fun out there. There's no doubt about it.
But I think as the game went on, it was tough for him because he hadn't done that before. He kind of wore down a little bit. It's hard.
Buster and I said to Buster early, I said, that big man, you take those shots to the thigh all night long, those legs get tired.
They sure will. And here's a good pressure there by, I think it was Stovall there and Bug and forcing the guy to throw out of bounds right there. Here we are again, pressuring quarterback, but he just stays in that pocket, man, throws that ball across the middle. I believe that was the first down as well.
I think it was, but the Jordan boy took quite a few hits.
He sure did, boy. Here's the draw again, and look at that. Again, they say, hey, get it, big man, you go.
Yeah. Javion Hemphill, though.
Javion Hemphill on the tackle. Javion on all 158 pounds of him on the tackle.
Cedric took on the runner, and then Javion came in and
But
there's a good job by Stovall.
Big play right here, Stovall forcing the fumble right there. I think Cavante Bug on the ball right there.
Yeah, I do believe you're correct.
And
I think Bug came out.
That was huge because they were driving on us now, man. They were moving the ball on us, and here we are trying to get something done before halftime. A minute 44 left. Thought Cameron did a good job of just making it happen right here. Did a
Big
good
run.
job. Big run, get the ball in their territory, and hold on to the ball. Good job with ball security. First down on their part of the field. So now we can make some decisions whether we're going to go for it or not.
Yeah, minute 44 here left in the ball game.
And this was big right here. We called a timeout, called that play, unfortunately. Great play call, screen play to Jelani. We don't score because we hit a guy in the back. So that hurt us. That really did. That could have put us up 21-7 at halftime. But we can't continue to do things like that.
And Buster pointed out during the broadcast, the runner was already past him, too.
Yes, they're just frustrated.
Not needed.
Yeah, it's pretty frustrating right there. Pretty frustrating. But, again, my hat goes off to Cedar for playing, doing a great job of staying in the ball game. And those guys, they ought to be commended.
Well, we go to halftime with the 14-7 lead, Coach. I know the defense is going to huddle up and try to make some adjustments on the Whitehead, of course. But as the game went on there in the second quarter, we were able to slow down Whitehead a little bit. Offensively, I think you had to be pretty happy with what was going on other than the penalty.
Absolutely. We were moving the ball pretty much up and down the field except for the penalties, like you said. And we can't continue to shoot ourselves in the foot because, we got lucky to get away with it Friday night, but it's going to be tough to do that in the playoffs.
Oh, especially, now Game 11, you just can't afford to make those kind of mistakes. One thing I did want to ask you, and Buster and I were quite amazed as the game got started. There was a lot of people slipping and falling. That field was wet Friday night.
Well, we were dressed at both athletic directors with our superintendent. Both our fields on both the teams are not in good shape at all.
Okay.
Believe it or not, their field's in better shape than our field is here. So we got to do something about our fields because they're both in horrific shape. There's no grass out there, trust me. There's no grass, and we're kind of playing on dirt, so it is
what it is.
It is what it is. As
Okay.
the hand was dealt, we'll keep going.
Well, both teams were sliding and slipping, and we were just really amazed how wet it was over there.
It was, it's kind of a damp night as well. And if you got that ryegrass out there, that thing will get slick as ice now.
All right. So once again, the Gladiators are up 14-7, and here we go to the third quarter highlights.
We come out, I think we kick it off to them, and it was very important that we stop them here because they got some real good momentum going, and we go and covered Mason Fulton on the tackle right there. Big hit on kickoff team.
Very big hit, yeah.
And I think that's Cedric Armstrong and Chika Newcomb down there on the tackle as well. They run play action here, and old Stovall chased down from the backside. And again, Stovall had a pretty good game, we thought, with a big sack there. Had a fourth fumble early in the game as well.
Yeah, Stovall has played big all year, and once again, just like Jelani Payne, Sr. stepping up when you need him.
Stepping up here and hit Chika Newcomb making a good play on the screen play and snuffing that thing out. Got pressured by Cedric Armstrong. Our defense did a great job here. Come back again. They got the backup quarterback in now, and we flush him out a little bit and force him. I think we forced a punt right here. 3 and out. That's a great job by our defense.
And get the ball hopefully back here in good field position.
Yeah, we got a good field position here, and we get the ball here, and Jelani Payne goes back there and fair catch the ball. We get the ball at the 50-yard line, so we're in good shape right now.
Offense was moving the ball in that first half, so you got to be excited getting the ball here now.
Real excited about getting the ball right here, but here we come out and go 3 and out. We don't quite do a good job blocking on the screen to the tight end, so they force us to punt. And we tried to fake punt here, and I thought it was a great call. He was wide open. We just can't get it quite thrown and caught.
Yeah, Jamel just kind of got himself turned around a little bit, and but yeah, Coach, it was wide open. It would have been a big play.
Yeah. So, but our defense had to stiffen up here because the Jordan boy takes off again, running like heck right there, and I tell you what, I was very very impressed with him now. He did a good job.
He had a good night. He sure did. And he took some shots, and but he saw Drico coming down on him. He decided against that one.
And then they throw the jump ball, which we thought was going to be an issue. We really did, to the Middlebrooks kid. He goes up and get the ball. But here's a pivotal point in the game. They score, make it 14-13, but Drico Statham comes off the edge and blocks the extra point.
Yeah, big play.
Big play, I thought, because now they're behind the 8 ball throughout the whole night. And so we're still up by 1. And
Another pooch.
Another pooch, and Drico tries to get what he can off of it, and we get the ball at the 39-yard line. But big drive right here by our offense. They got to move the ball here, and I think they do. And that's a good thing. But every time we got our backs against the wall, I thought our offense kind of responded. Come out here, Cameron. Here's another curl route to Amir Williams.
And that's a tough throw. I told Buster during the game, that's a tough throw to make.
Yes, very tough. And got square shoulders up to the line of scrimmage, and Amir got to run that guy off, and he got to snap it back.
He had plenty of time. Good job again by the offensive line. A good hold
Great
here.
job. Good hold by the offensive line. I think that's Baylor Ward on like a 9-yard run for a first down. So we're moving the chains, and again, it's going to be huge because we're on up by 1, so we got to go. And then go with the play action right here. We had been setting them up all night long on this. Good pass pro by the offensive line and hit old Amir Williams. Wide open end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, there wasn't a man within 8 yards of him there. That was good pitch and catch right there.
Good pitch and catch, good protection. Everything looked good on that play.
And, of course, the extra point.
We got old Miro foreign exchange to Zabudak, yes. He found out right before the game that he was going to be the kicker because Matt Ward was out, and then Max Jermaine, he was a little injured before the game. So great job on kicking the extra points there.
Well, good strong leg on that last one, too, because he stopped and then just took one step and kicked it.
He has a strong leg now.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
He has a strong leg. Here we got good kickoff coverage again. Really proud of this guy on kickoff team. And, boy, look at Jordan again. He's running again, but forced a fumble. I think that was the backup quarterback right there forcing that fumble, but we don't get that ball, I don't think. And but, they're doing a good job running that zone read. There we go. That's old Bug hitting big 46 in the backfield right there. Good job by Bug for a tackle for loss.
He took on Whitehead, but it kind of stunned him there just a second.
Yeah, it would have stunned me too. So, we forced him to punt here, and I go after the punt. We go for the block, and Drico Statham runs right into the punter. It's just one of those things, man. We, again, kicking ourselves in the foot, man. So we got to stop doing those type things.
Yeah, it gives them an automatic first down.
Automatic first down. And they're still driving on us. But our defense, I give them credit now. They bow the neck. They bow the necks pretty well here and keep fighting, although they're back on defense.
Cedar's offensive line is just absolutely huge.
Mammoth. I just couldn't believe it. And here we are here. Almost got a pick here by Drico Statham on a big, I think it was a third down play right there.
And Cheek Newcomb on the coverage also.
Yeah, so we're playing well, and now we force them to punt again, and of course I'm going for return now. I'm not thinking about going for the block anymore. Jelani does a good job of getting that ball caught. Although we got the ball inside the 15-yard line, I feel good about the way our offense is moving the ball.
Moving the ball. I agree wholeheartedly, and of course those third quarter highlights brought to you by the Morris Center. And the Morris Center does so much for us here at Clarke Central. We always appreciate everything they can do. Mm-hmm. Well, Coach, here we go. Quarter to go. You're up 21-13. Mm-hmm. Slowed down Cedar a little bit in that third quarter, but we've made a couple mental errors that have really hurt us.
Yeah, we kept them in the ball game. First half we get a touchdown call back right before halftime. We blocked. We roughed the kicker when we forced him to punt and give him another chance. So,
that flop ended up flopping the field position.
It sure did. That's the biggest thing. It flopped the field position. Yeah. But fortunately, our offense kind of did a good job rebounding and was able to go down and take advantage.
Well, let's go ahead and finish this off with the fourth quarter highlights, and of course, back at Cedar Shoals and fourth quarter brought to you by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers.
Yeah, Jelani Payne again on the counter play right there.
Really thought that was a horse collar. But
I did too. At least they grabbed his hair. But horse collar is illegal, but grabbing the hair is okay. Isn't that something?
Kind of crazy.
Yeah. My man Denzel on the carry, I just love that kid. The governor, Denzel Maxey. Just a lot of tough yards in the middle right there. Doing a good job of just moving the chains, man.
Well, he's done everything you needed all year.
All year long on special teams. Here we are again on the counter play.
Good block by the offensive lineman picking up
The good block. We got about 10 yards on that carry right there as well. We kind of took advantage. They were kind of slanting their front to the tight end, so we ran the counter play away from it, and that was pretty successful for us.
Just really proud of Jelani's effort.
Yep.
He really stepped up.
Here we are, another hit. Cameron does a good job of hitting, again, Jamonte Smith across the middle. And there's one of those boneheaded clips again. I mean, he's in the end zone, and we feel we got to.
That one was close, though, Coach. I don't know. That
It
was close.
was close, but you know what I tell Amir? He's 5 yards from the end zone. Worst case scenario, we get the ball on the 3-yard line.
No doubt. Namir was sick. He
knew it.
He knew
it. We just got to learn. We just can't even. Don't leave that up to the official. Just let him run. If he gets caught, he gets caught. We laugh at him later on. Here we are, Cameron on the quarterback run again. Good job getting the ball down inside the 20.
Good decision.
Yep, real good decision. Does a good job here of moving the chains. Kind of banged his shoulder up a little bit there, but he was only out one play. And so Officer Johnson comes in, and we kind of move the ball a little closer to the end zone. Jelani Payne again did a good job just stretching that thing out.
Another good run there.
And then I think Cameron comes back in. Did a good job of checking out the play we had. We had an outside play. They had a lot of people outside, so he checks to the inside play. And Jelani walks in the end zone.
Yeah, you got to be I'm sorry, but Jelani's effort the other night, he had one of those attitudes that he was not going to lose his senior year to Cedar Shoals.
Well, our seniors have never lost to them. So they took pride in that, and hopefully next year seniors will do the same thing.
Good kickoff coverage here again.
Really, that's Quavon Scott, number 85, he's down there covering as well.
Chica Newcomb.
The normal guys, Maxey, Armstrong, Enfield. And here, our defense is kind of dialed up here. And Jordan does a great job of just getting rid of that ball for a 1-yard gain.
No doubt. Good pressure that time.
Good pressure, though. We're getting some pressure on the guy. And our defense is playing well right now. We got them reeling. And, boy, I tell you what, we blitzed right into that, but we ran right past the guy.
Yeah, we sure did.
But I think they get the first down again.
Yeah, Whitehead took a shot there to the thigh.
Yeah, he took a little beating there. And now they're spreading out here. Now, I think that's Kayvon Williams forcing that fumble, but they did get it back. No, did we get that ball?
Yeah, Bug came up with that one on it.
Yeah, we got that ball. But here we're going to put the game away, and 1st and 10, they call this back on a kind of a bogus. And I think the official knew he had messed up on the call. He called for only 6 men on the line of scrimmage. They were wrong. But we get an unsportsmanlike on the sideline. So we go from 1st and 10 on 37 to 1st and 30 at the minus 37. So that wasn't good. It forced us to punt, and now we got a ball game. We can't put it away. They drive it here. I think they drive it. How many yards is that?
That's at I'm going to say that was at the 18-yard.
Yeah, 82 yards here. They get a big play right here. Oh, I thought we had that ball picked off. I really did.
Good job by Chica Newcomb there.
Yeah.
Big hit.
But I think on 4th down, 3rd or 4th down, they complete a big pass on us. I believe it's right here. And it goes to my man here. No, it's scrambled. That's right. Jordan scrambles for a 1st down right here. And then he comes back with the pass. But, again, Cedar Shoals have a lot of fight. Has a lot of fight in them. So you got to give them a little credit, too. Draw play again. Look at that. And but I tell you what, Kayvon Williams, Mason Fulton finished him off, didn't he?
Yeah, Hemphill actually took on the runner, and
here's the big play right here. He goes up and catches the ball over 2 defenders right there, and
that's hard because the Middlebrooks just made a great catch.
Great
right there.
catch.
I mean, he went up and picked that one out of the air,
and we knew it coming in that's what's going to happen. We actually had him at a double team right there. And,
yeah, we did.
And then the next play we blow up coverage here. We had a newcomer in the game, and he went one way. The other safety went the other way, and he split both of them for a touchdown. So now it's 28-20. And we got a heck of a ball game on our hands. They try the onside kick, and Jamel Israel does a good job of getting on top of this ball. We had been practicing that all week long as well, so that's a good job by Jamel Israel just covering that ball up. Here we go, play action here. Try to make something happen with 3rd and long. Good thing about Cameron, he's smart enough to get down and keep that clock running.
Yeah.
We're a little disappointed we couldn't close the game out offensively.
Yeah, we just needed the first down or two.
Exactly, and the game would have been over. But now we got to get back here and punt.
With 1:29 to go, we have to punt.
Yep. They have no timeout left, and we got to get on that ball here.
Yeah, it doesn't go our way. It doesn't bounce our way.
Yeah, so they got no timeouts, but they got momentum on their side, and we got to get a stop here. And they go with a double reverse and double reverse pass, and guys wide open there, and good call on their part. So
Nathan Fulton on the tackle.
Nathan Fulton on the tackle again.
Clock still running, 1:17.
Now down to 41-40, seconds left to go, and he's a good job, and we get a sack right here. Keep that clock running a little bit.
Yeah, that was a big sack right there.
Big sack.
Stovall and Miller.
Yep. And here we are dropping back, and boy, he almost made another heck of a catch. But Drico Statham breaks that thing up. And it's actually the second to last play of the game.
Yeah,
so,
Middlebrooks can get up in the air.
Boy, he can get up and go get it now. And last play of the game, finally we get Drico to go up there and catch it himself. And ball game's over.
We get to go to your favorite
Victory. Victory. That's the number one play in the playbook. Victory. And we got to get our handshakes on, all this dapping and stuff like that. I'm getting old, Chuck. I don't understand some of this stuff, but I know we won the game.
Well, I think they pick that stuff up on Sundays, I think.
Sundays or Saturdays or Thursdays or whatever night they play.
And here we are, Cameron, under center, taking the snap, taking the knee, and the Gladiators come away with the Classic City Championship.
But not mean, Chuck. Look at those kids shaking hands right there and hugging. That when I first came to Athens, that would have never happened. Those kids have grown so much on that side of town, and our kids have grown. It's a great, healthy rivalry. We could have never done this right here. Got together at the end right here. We'd have never been able to do this 6 years ago. So I'm really proud of both sides of just at least showing good sportsmanship and playing a hard-fought battle and then hugging each other through a good game.
Well, Buster and I talked in the game, not of the evolution of kids and the respect for each squad, but there's no doubt there's a lot of respect for each side, and it is a good thing to see, and it is a good, healthy rivalry where it was bitter in years past. But it was a good game and good crowd and good atmosphere.
Real good atmosphere for high school football.
Well, Coach, here we end the season 5-5, Classic City champs again, 5-3 in the region, and we get put up against East Paulding, who is the region champ out of their region, and coming in 10-0.
10-0. Had a great season. They had a great season last year. 2 years ago, they had a great season. So they've been on a roll the last 3 or 4 years. They've been playing very well. They're well coached. They're very simple in what they do. They're going to get the ball to the tailback. They run the power, the isolation, toss. You're going to trap with the fullback, run a little play action to the one good wide receiver they got. And then on defense, they're going to play the old 50 front. It looks like Coach Henderson on defense.
Yeah.
And they don't change much at all, trust me.
Big, physical.
Very big.
And we just want to pound it all night long.
Yep, on both sides of the ball. Big defensive tackles, big offensive line. Take pride in just trying to maim you now. They'll try to do something to your D line. So we got to be physically tough as well as mentally.
And they come out in black and silver like the old Oakland Raiders.
They look just like them too.
Just win, baby, I think is their motto. And we're headed to the Boneyard. Of course, Buster Crumpton and Josh Miles and Holly Ward are going to be there Friday night to bring you the game from Dallas, live from the Boneyard. It's going to be a 7:30 start. And Coach, anything? I know you game planning this week, and defensively, I guess we're going to try to stop the run.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have no choice. I mean, we don't have a chance if we don't try to stop the run first, and then we got to make a few plays, because if we stop the run, they're gonna play action. They're gonna throw the ball to the receiver, and it's either they're gonna make a play or we're gonna make a play. So
and field position is going to be key.
Huge, and they got a very good punter. He's a left-footed kid. He does a good job, and the kid who kicks off for him does a great job. Has a lot of touchbacks. So we're gonna have to be on our A game with the special teams.
It could come down to one of those games that it's field position is going to be
huge,
and the team with the ball at the end.
Yeah, and so we've got some wrinkles that we think we're going to throw on them. But the biggest thing is we just got to play Clarke Central football, because we know what they're going to do, they know what we're going to do, and we got to make some plays.
All right. Well, once again, we want to remind everybody the game Friday night from the Boneyard in Dallas, Georgia. Clarke Central High School traveling over to East Paulding to take on East Paulding on Friday night at 7:30, and of course it'll be live right here on GITV. But first, we want to recognize those GITV players of the week, and of course from the Cedar game, the GITV defensive player of the week goes to Damon Stovall. He had a great night, good pressure, caused one fumble, and once again led as you like to see those seniors lead.
Well, he's the only senior on the defensive line, and he did a good job of leading, like you said, playing physical, and had some big plays that turned the ball game around for us in our favor.
I was telling Buster and I were talking during the broadcast Friday night, and thinking back to his sophomore year when he started getting a lot of playing time, and how he has developed in his.
Well, the biggest thing is he lost weight. I told him, I said, if you can get down to about 285, 282, you'll be amazed at how much quicker you'll be. And he did. He did a good job. He's on the wrestling team. Kept his weight down this summer, and did a good. He's much quicker.
And that's what Buster said. His wrestling has really brought him a long way. Quick feet.
And he's a pretty good wrestler too.
No doubt about it. And of course, our GITV offensive player of the game was Cameron Johnson, passing for 149 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's what you want out of your quarterback and your leader.
I was very pleased to see him bounce back, because he had been struggling a couple weeks earlier. Prior to that, he bounced back. When I saw him in pregame warm-up, I said, I think he's got it back. He was on fire in pregame, so I felt really, really good about him playing well.
Well, all in all, good night for Clarke Central last Friday night. Classic City champions again over Cedar Shoals. And, of course, that makes it 5 years in a row. And, Coach, I think that's, 6 out of 7 for you?
Something like that,
yeah. So, once again, another notch for Clarke Central over Cedar, and that puts the Classic City Championship to bed, and puts the regular season to bed. Now we go into the second season, which is the playoffs. And, of course, as we mentioned earlier in 5A, 8-5A, Gainesville is at home against Rome, and North Paulding is traveling to Flowery Branch, and Heritage is at Allatoona, and, of course, the Gladiators are traveling to Dallas, Georgia to take on East Paulding. It's going to be at the Boneyard Friday night, 7:30 start right here on GITV. Don't forget to catch Buster Crumpton, Josh Miles, and Holly Ward live 7:30. Thank you for joining us on the Ryals Show